One of the most common things that I hear from clients is, I just want to be happier. So, in this short video, I'm going to share with you why and how we're actually programmed to be unhappy. I'll also answer the question, what are the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to become happier? And I'll give you a powerful 4-step process to actually help you become happier and more fulfilled. But firstly, I want to point out a very important fact, and that's that your brain is not designed to make you happy. In fact, your brain is a survival mechanism, and its primary purpose is to do exactly that, help you survive. And it does this by trying to convince you to play it safe, stay small, and conserve your energy. And while that might help us to live longer and to pass on our genes, it doesn't do much for our growth, our fulfillment, or our happiness. And in the short term, it actually causes people to reach for things that provide momentary pleasure and is a cheap substitute for happiness. And that's the biggest mistake that I see people make. And you see, there's a difference between happiness and fulfillment. And happiness is a temporary emotional state, and it's oftentimes tied to pleasure. But the truth is, it's pretty shallow, superficial, and very short lived. See, it's just too easy to reach for something like social media, right? Or Netflix, or food in the fridge, or turn to porn, or maybe even like drugs or alcohol to feel happier. That takes no time and zero effort. That's what I call the path of least resistance. But the thing is, that path of least resistance, it always leads to low places, physically, mentally, emotionally, even financially. And the truth is that anything worth having is always uphill. Fulfillment, on the other hand, it's a little harder to come by and it requires more energy and more effort on the upfront, but the effects are far deeper and much more longer lasting. So, as promised, here's my 4-step process to help you create a deep sense of joy and lasting fulfillment. Number one, joy and fulfillment comes from setting meaningful goals and doing things that actually align with your purpose. Viktor Frankl once said that a man who can't find a deep sense of meaning will distract himself with pleasure. So, the importance of having inspiring goals can't be overstated. Which brings me to number 2, and that's facing and overcoming challenges. Essentially, doing hard things. Facing challenges head on and making progress provides a sense of accomplishment, a sense of pride and satisfaction. It actually improves our sense of self esteem and our self respect. Tony Robbins said it best when he said that progress equals happiness. Number 3 is be grateful for where you are and what you have while simultaneously working to create, accomplish, and achieve more. Most people suffer from what's known as a negativity bias, where we're actually programmed from an evolutionary standpoint to fixate on problems and focus on what we don't have. One of the easiest things that you can do to override that is to start a gratitude practice. As the saying goes, happiness doesn't lead to gratitude. It's gratitude that actually leads to happiness. And last but certainly not least, number 4 is find ways to be of service to others. This is an absolute cheat code for happiness. And if you want to do something for yourself, find somebody to do something for, or do something for someone else. It's a paradox, I know, but it's true. And if you ask me, life is full of paradoxes. And that's two things that seem contradictory in nature, but are actually powerful truths. The classic example is that the more I learn, the more I know nothing at all. But I've also found that the more I give, the more I get. And when I do easy things, life gets hard. But when I willingly do hard things, well, life gets a whole heck of a lot easier. So, just to recap, your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe. but you can improve your joy and fulfillment by setting meaningful goals, facing challenges head on, and making progress, and being grateful for what you have while finding ways to serve others. The truth is, you can have temporary happiness without lasting joy and fulfillment. And you can have fulfillment without needing to constantly feel happy. The key is to build a life that allows you to have both.